Fighting
something or other.
Do you want a piece of paper? I'll forget. Do you want a piece of paper?
No, I'll call you.
Yeah, because I will forget. Okay.
I'm always forgetting.
So, where are you sitting? I'm gonna sit back. That's now, that much in. And then you said you're gonna put that much in Eleanor.
You get an email on your group.
Okay. So that minus that would be 17.
Google Calendar, you can stuff on your Google Calendar and email. Do you have a Google email?
Your Gmail account?
Yeah.
I do, but I never use it.
Oh, okay.
It's Rudolph. He has a
What's Rudolph doing?
He has some.
Look at Rudolph!
Run, Rudolph.
Saying you had health insurance all year. That is for your.
How's it going?
All right.
Good. We miss you on Monday night.
Well, this is
I know you guys.
Again.
yeah, this is a different kind.
As soon as,
So one that you get a deduction in all day. And then sometimes. Oh, not right.
Alan, you want to tell me about church today?
Yeah. So we got 200.
You want to tell me about church?
That folder.
Oh, no?
Can I mark on it?
You can, but that's one that
Okay, so this, it was,
you have it written. This is your copy to
So,
keep.
but it's not
So it's in
exactly
there.
straight.
so this right here,
Uh-huh.
minus that would be 1789.
Right. And see, you're gonna write the check.
What we got last
Yeah.
time.
Oh, Dad, 600.
It's about 8. Is he writing out the booth? Okay.
Just trying to.
So you want Dad to write a check for
This
these?
is gonna be more like a play check.
Aw, that's.
I love you
sweet.
too, baby.
Other than me.
Go potty! Go potty!
So you want Dad to take care of this, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Because it's going into his account.
Right.
And I'm gonna clear these out for you.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
And then I'll
Just
just.
keep that.
Right, and
And just
then,
keep it.
Outside, on the driver's side, the outside door.
and this is mine to keep?
Handle doesn't work.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, I understand.
And that doesn't work at all, it broke.
Oh crap.
So
I don't
what you do is you just keep your window, now, the inside door works fine, you just have to, when you get out of the truck, you need to roll the window down, so when it's time to get in, you have to reach in through the window and
Okay, now
pull
you
it from the
can
inside.
still get in the passenger side though, right?
You can still, the
Okay.
passenger side, yeah, you still get in the passenger
Okay,
side.
alright.
But if you keep the window rolled up and you forget and shut the door, you
Right.
have to go in the passenger side and reach across and then open the door.
Mom, do
Okay.
you
So
want
it's
this
a lot
magazine?
easier just to keep the window,
Do-
roll the window down
Do you want
after
this
you
in your
slide
house?
the door.
Okay, alright, cool.
And then you
Here,
just
you
reach
want
in
this?
and
No,
open it from
flies.
the inside.
Okay, we actually have that same problem on our car right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, except for on the passenger side. The
You're gonna get
passenger
rid of
side
it anyway.
door thing broke
I've
off.
looked at this, sitting on my table for like 2 or 3 weeks, being like, if you had time.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I-
Yeah, that's probably when Elvis looked for it and go, oh, I'll pass it
This girl was
on.
like, you know, the way to fitness is to eat breakfast
yeah,
and
yeah.
sleep. And I
Has
was
she
like,
had a baby? I don't know.
that she doesn't even
Honestly,
that.
problem not
Yeah, exactly.
She doesn't even.
But I'll look at it, yeah.
Okay, sure.
Oh.
Now, on the driver's car, he had the windshield for it on the driver's side.
Alright,
Remember when he had the door, he just had the and then it's got something to put over it.
Yep, it was like some car or something. Like tar. He was a tar over it. Put something on it.
me you're hungry.
Mommy.
Well, I'll fix
First you have to find mommy and then tell me.
Would you like ravioli?
We have spaghetti noodles today. Would you like some spaghetti?
Spaghetti noodles for you.
Where's your plate? I'll bring it over there. Is this one yours on the red chair? Okay.
I can do it. You can do Emily's too. What about Bonnie? Where is Bonnie?
She's not here today.
I love you.
Kathy, would Emily
You wanna
like?
come to game night?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's cheese in there.
He's not here today.
Well, let's see, it'd be nice if the weather got really, really bad and 2 hours delayed, and then I could go ahead.
Aunt Kira's
And
here.
do that.
I love you, Eleanor.
He's not gonna get back.
Ooh, look what Aunt Kira gave you. Can you say thank you?
So they
Oh,
said,
you Monday.
Wait a minute.
Honest.
you should have seen all the teachers do a teacher dance on Friday.
Is that like thank you? That's like
Professional development day is like.
I'm going to students.
They had staff dancing at Valentine's Day
Now was that?
They had a daddy dance off.
Did they really? Munson, did you win the daddy dance off?
Him and Bonnie
We had
did
to-
pretty good.
Did Ryan come?
No, he was working for the first time in like 6 weeks.
They played like the electric boogie and.
But he's with them now. He spent their birthday with them.
Stuff that I heard and stuff. It was.
That might be alright.
She's just in first grade, so it's like, yeah.
I think it's amazing that you can still bring yourself to training.
You don't embarrass them. They have fun.
Yeah.
Hey,
It's
excuse me, I'm
It
Elise.
surprised me how shy she was, actually. I hope she's not at all.
We're working
but, like,
on
you
it.
get her around people, you know, but then by the end of the night, she was with a friend, about candy bars.
You know, Kayla.
No, but we made some cheese.
I
Yeah.
think I've even looked at them before.
Yeah,
Yeah, I got it right.
Food.
Yeah.
Didn't bring a drink.
We took cheese and toothpaste.
Vesley got me one. Well, I got Vesley one, and then she painted it. Canvas. It said it was nice.
Where that came from?
Vesley painted that, and that, you know, look at the, it looks like it's got a frame thing on it. That's what I framed it to. And it says, "You're the strangest person I've ever met."
Yeah, we went to
You too.
This is not the strangest person you've ever met.
She's pretty strange.
I'll give you that.
She's pretty
I remember
strange.
last time I was in
She's
that gym.
Very
very,
different than me.
she's
And I-
very,
Probably in middle school.
single-minded,
She's very focused.
focused. You know, the whole fishing, I never will forget the fishing thing. As long as I live, whenever I do the best, I think, let's go fishing. Let's go fishing. And then we
45
go,
minutes
and
away
then-
without
and-
a fishing license.
yeah,
Except for now I don't want to anymore.
yeah. And then we end up at, look, in the Barnes Match. Which is, and I looked up and I said, Gigi, you realize it's like 2 hours later, this is like 5 minutes from my house. You do realize that, right?
She liked being teenage.
You can't bring
I
these
had a
places down.
nonstop
She liked being
lunch from ninth through 10th grade. You hated it too, then.
Oh, man, yeah.
At Camp Greenville, we played this thing called Murder Ball. It was more fun.
That sounds awful.
It was awesome. Great.
Murder ball?
Yeah, somebody dies.
It's like, yeah, it's called Murder Ball.
Somebody dies and then you have to figure out who did it.
And if you hit somebody, they're out. It's just like dodgeball. But if you can hit the basketball ringer on the other side, everybody from your team is back in. So you can keep it going for hours.
When we
and
play,
you just swap
everybody
out
gets back
cabinets.
in if you catch the ball.
It's like
If you catch
Kid
the
War.
ball, then everybody on your team's in.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Sounds
So it
like the
goes on and
camp
on and on
counselors
and on
were
and on.
really smart when they thought of this.
Oh man,
thing.
great man.
All right, let me say this. Dear Lord, in a world where many walk in hunger, we celebrate this meal with humble hearts. In a world where many walk alone, we celebrate this fellowship with grateful hearts.
This will be easy. Why not that?
I always like the person said, is that big now?
I'm sorry.
That's the
What's
beginning
work you
of
doing, Mom? Anything changed or anything?
gonna ask Beverly, Beverly may have better news.
What, busy?
I talked to David yesterday, and David told me that they had moved into Lexington, and they had MRSA, and that's all, that's the last time. He had MRSA, what is MRSA? It's staph infection, said you can't go in his room unless you wear a mask. Mama came the other day and said that he had asked Lizzie for a divorce.
What? Mac
That-
did?
Yeah, that she had treated him like a dog.
I wouldn't grant it.
And, I didn't know if you had any news on that. Well, I know she didn't go down there for a long time. David said she took him down there and left him and she didn't go back for like a week. He kept telling people that, he kept refusing the nurses giving him a bath. He said, oh, Liz will do that. And you told her not to come in. Well, when she didn't, she said, I can't do that. Could you get a wheelchair?
Wheelchair.
I told that if it's that bad that you have to wear a mask.
One of the bigger ones at the end of the table, Dad, on the end one on the right or the end one on the left. No, sir?
I don't know where it
Wait.
is. One of the ones that's not folded.
There you go.
I'll get it.
Oh, where's your bucket for the ice? And I'll get ice.
I'll get it. I'm just heading there. Oops. Huh? Let me do something for you? Well, no, just grab a plate and Lynn usually does this. She's gonna hate she missed you, Beverly. Where's she at? They don't, Lady Basketball, Lady Gamecock Basketball. They're playing today? Are we somewhere? They know so playing today. I don't know, but she's gonna hate she missed it. It has something to do with basketball games.
WWB.
Is that your insert voice, Ellen?
And they lost to you.
What's the problem?
Well, I think she told me she wasn't coming today because of some sort of a team celebration or something, I don't know.
What happened?
Is it all good now? Are we okay?
But she's a real staunch fan.
Yeah, because
She was going to Duke, I think, we made it.
She said WBB. I don't know what that means. Women's basketball.
Yeah, yeah.
It was a text message. That's how they I have to Google what we're putting the conversation.
Using that crazy shorthand.
Yeah, it's not, my friend Eric posted something on Facebook and I was like, I don't know what that word is. And then I Googled it and I was like, I kind of still don't know what that word is.
Summer stuff, okay. Well, thank you for thinking of Bonnie on her birthday. I'm sorry that you couldn't come and enjoy it with us. You can come to the next one.
It'll be in about a year.
About. Yeah, Chrissy Pomeroy went to, they're in Key West this weekend, and they're like, oh, we're looking at wine bars in Key West. And I was like, a work trip on Valentine's Day weekend? Like, I think you're just playing smarter than me.
Yeah.
And she said, well, Sean's birthday is next week, and it's a long weekend. So.
Oh, right. We don't have school tomorrow.
Nope, no school tomorrow. It's that long, crazy 4-day weekend.
And,
Mm-hmm.
John has school on Monday? I mean, on Friday?
kids didn't.
You did?
To be honest with you, I prefer not to have school on Friday the 13th.
You mean have no kids?
But there's one next month too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
We'll see if they did that one too.
His February is exactly 4 weeks.
Except
This
for
year.
weekend.
This year.
Right, this year, that's right. And before they had a leap year, the calendar got screwed up.
How did the calendar get screwed up?
Then they had there were two calendars, what was it?
Wait, the Julian calendar?
The Julian calendar and
Well, the Julian calendar has a leap year, it just is, they do the leap year every fourth year regardless, whereas
Oh,
the
okay.
Gregorian doesn't do it in years that are divisible by 100 unless they're also divisible by 4.
okay, so that's how I knew it was some kind of way they got the calendar screwed up.
Okay.
Well, now it was wasn't it screwed up
Are they
before that,
speaking
and then
English?
Julius Caesar is the one who fixed it.
And
So that you had July and August that got added.
Well,
Was it
No, those months weren't added, they were renamed.
or renamed? Oh,
Yeah.
really? 'Cause I assumed it was a 10-year or 10-month calendar because of.
I didn't
the name.
remember reading about they had two different calendars. I didn't remember the
Well,
details.
you are right that there were just 10 months.
flatbread special cake.
Like December,
Sausage,
just a.
biscuit.
Yes.
Right.
And, you know, basically, you know, the way the Romans did it, they had
Me and
the
Bob
days that marked
a ladies breakfast in bed yesterday.
the calends and the eyes of a month.
That sounds like a great way to have
And-
a Wednesday.
We did go fix ourselves grits and eggs and some toast, and we sat in bed together.
The calends being the official first day of the month,
For
and
Valentine's, and he had it in his
and
office.
the eyes typically being the middle of the month.
Right, right.
And, but, you know, basically what it is originally they had just the 10 months, and then once they ran out of December, this is kind of wasn't part of it. in the Roman calendar. So then they added January and February. And then Julius renamed September after, you know, September got named after Julius Caesar, that's why it's July. And then Sextember got renamed after August.
Okay, I see what you're doing.
And for a while there, actually September was temporarily renamed after Tiberius, but that got reverted back.
We have cookies that Beverly made today.
Right.
Thank
I
you,
wonder how
Beverly.
it compares to the Mayan calendar.
Henry, your chocolate's in there.
But anyway,
They're doing with calendar.
as I said, you know, originally in the Roman calendar, they just had those 2 days that were specifically named. And so you would
Do a movie.
And so if you're naming other days, you'd say it was like something like 3 days before the calends of March or whatever. And that's why actually on the liturgical calendar for the Roman
Are y'all
Catholic
doing that
Church,
today, Mom?
leap day is not February 29th. It's February 22nd.
Interesting.
Have you read the books?
Because
Maury took them to the beach one year.
that's the day that got repeated
Isn't it
He took a
the?
little
under the original Roman
No,
calendar
my
system,
boss
wife
said she
wrote,
couldn't
where they
read
didn't
them.
have numbers for every day.
Yeah.
Right, the book his wife wrote. William Hawkins.
No, this is the book his wife wrote. We were talking about the 50 Shades of Grey movie.
Stephen Hawking's wife wrote 50 Shades of Grey.
No.
No.
Stephen Hawking's wife wrote a book and they made a movie about it called The Theory of Everything.
And it's nominated for an Academy.
And the lady who wrote Eat, Pray, Love wrote the significance of everything, or the signature of everything. Apparently it's quite good.
That's a huge different book selection. This month.
No.
Did you want some more to eat? Would you like some more? Would you like some more?
And it took them like 100 pages, like,
Any more?
it starts off and it's all
You
action
want some more
packed.
spaghetti?
And then it's like, the next 100 pages are, we went on a walk. And we just like, just not my speed,
You want some more
just the
spaghetti?
plot.
It's interesting how many changes in the building.
Yes?
Well, I guess it's kind of like part of how her character is, like all these cool things happen to her character, but you don't get to really find out about them because she's shy about herself. That's part of her.
Yeah, keep it together there. I know, I see it.
But the one next month I like, about halfway done. The Disney Linux.
Dad was talking about that.
I like it. I'll lend it to you if you want.
What's this?
I have a copy of it.
What's this?
Wait till it's
It's
done.
a daddy.
I was looking at pictures of the beach today.
I think that's when I made it around to your Hannah French book.
Oh,
Beach.
oh yeah.
We get to nap and hot.
You weren't you? He said, oh, this morning, you were like, dude, we need that to get to the beach.
I know, we'll forget snowing last
Oh,
year.
yeah.
She's sitting in the,
movies with you, or you go with a friend and
sitting in the sandbox,
show
snow.
back to back? That's next Saturday. Going with that.
When I was sleeping with my
Dad, is the Stephen Hawking movie?
Well, can you hold it out right under the picture for everybody?
It's at Carmine,
Watch all the movies and I said,
Where she gotta go?
free popcorn.
so that means that we won't be able to drink beer while we watch it.
Unless you bring it.
You got a chip stuck in your throat?
But what happened?
It's not like Columbia and Grande.
What did you bring?
No, Carmine. Columbia and Grande, you can buy beer there, can't you?
Music was good.
Can you?
Does she help you?
And wine, can't
Good luck on that.
Starbucks started to sell beer and wine.
I didn't do that.
I don't know if they're doing it everywhere, but they are trying to look
I have to
at,
go to the doctor. Fine.
kind of.
breaking into the alcoholic market, are they?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
and after he died.
I wouldn't
Might
say
be
that.
competing
Go to
with
Starbucks
wine bars.
and drink your alcoholics.
This is the one that her husband made.
You want to take you liquors, it gets you do it in that coffee.
I don't know.
Why, we can just bring him any bottle available.
That's true, we could.
I'm not opposed to sneaking stuff in his beer.
We've been doing this now for like 4 or 5 years.
I think we all saw each other.
Such thing.
Oh, I would.
Cause there's some great
Why do
times.
you think I have so many big purses?
You never do anything like that.
So is the movie Into the Woods good?
Oh, I loved it. That one song the two men were singing.
Agony!
Wait, the waterfall, the ripping of the shark.
Is it a comedy or what is it?
I thought so. And a woman falls off a
It's
cliff.
a musical about just all of
Chris
these
Pine is so
fairy
good in that
tales
role too.
Oh, man.
cooperated together.
He was like the
And so
ultimate
you've got
Prince
this,
Doofus.
you've got these two princes and they're talking about how it's agony
Does that
to,
make sense, or, yeah?
I can't even remember.
They're in love.
They're in love and they're in agony.
Oh, it's
And
marketing.
They want
Gets
what
the
they
girl.
can't have until they get it.
And then they don't want it. It's, he wants the girl, he gets the girl, he cheats on the girl, and he says, I said I was Prince Charming, I didn't say I was sincere.
Oh, and then the girl falls off the cliff.
Yeah.
So it is a comedy.
Well, it makes fun of fairy. It picks fun of fairies.
But it's Sondheim music, right?
It's what?
Stephen Sondheim.
It's good music.
I don't know that.
Right, okay. I mean, I like his music, that's why I was wondering about it. I don't normally like musicals, so I do like his music.
It was, but to say it was just a comedy though is missing something.
Yeah, it was a dramatic comedy. I don't know.
It was lighthearted in parts, but then it also had, they'll sing about like Into the Woods and like, I just think about Munson talking about Joseph Campbell and the subconscious and the hero's quest and all that kind of stuff.
Wow, you really get into it, don't you?
I guess. I think it's there if you want it, and if it's not, then you don't have to. And that's where I think like really beautiful.
Oh, that's true. Anything is.
Well, everything you want to be able to see on different levels, I mean, enjoy on different levels as you.
Not everybody.
mature.
Yeah.
Well, I'm talking about as you mature.
Not everything.
I finished that as you mature.
I went to rent a video one time, and it was called The Bank Job.
Mhm.
And it had Jason, whoever it is, it's that really cute guy in all those,
James Porter guy?
Jason,
Stamen?
yes, David.
Stamos?
No.
The bald head.
Yeah,
The
Yeah, the British
bald-headed,
guy.
bald-headed,
And it's
guy,
called The Bank Job.
transporter guy.
And it's like I'm renting it, and she sees, she goes, yeah, he's a really good actor. Are you sure you want to get this movie? It really makes you think. It's a thinking movie.
She's like warning you. Like,
Yeah, like it's not just, mindless action. You have to think about it. So not everybody wants to think, Jeff. In fact, they warn people against it in the video stores.
Howard Brewington and Trudy went to see Rocky Horror Picture Show at the midnight showing up in Myrtle Beach that they've been doing like 15 or 20 years. So he and Trudy show up there, and I guess they're in their mid-30s at the time, or maybe older, I'm not sure, I've lost track. But
Adults.
the woman looked at Trudy and Howard, I guess maybe mainly Trudy, and looked and said, "Are you sure? Do you know what this is about? Are you sure you want to go in there?" Because Trudy looked so straight. And of course, I guess half the people were probably in costume and had their stuff to throw around. And Trudy just looked like a preacher's daughter. And Howard got really indignant because, he always thought of himself as being really cool. And the fact that he was being treated like an older adult and like, maybe this movie isn't for you, kind of thing really bothered him,
Uncle Walter took us to see Rocky Horror Picture Show, it was a midnight show in Charlotte. And they asked everybody, and this was their first time doing it, and they have people come up, if it's your first time coming to see a live show. And Uncle Walter, they said, come on, and he said, what did he say, Buffy?
If you
assault?
No, if you cuss at me, it's assault, and if you touch me, it's battery.
Oh, normally what they do is they take the red
They
balloon.
just left him alone.
Well, what they normally do for Rocky Horror Vision at the Silver Screen Cafe in Charlotte is they'll give you a red balloon, you put it between your legs, and then they pop it with a cigarette. It's how they pop your chair for Rocky Horror, which is terrible. But
Henry Soma had promised he would take the children that evening, but tell us where you were, Henry.
I got hung up on an airport in Chicago.
So Uncle Walter got stuck with the job of taking all these kids.
It was Will Pope went with us too, didn't he?
Oh, wow.
Artur,
Artur, that's
the
right.
French student.
Actually, what happened on that plane from Chicago, the plane had stopped over it came from Korea, and there was some pregnant lady they were flying from Korea to Chicago, and she lost her, she wasn't feeling good, and she lost it in the airplane, so they were trying to like clean it up before somebody else come in.
So no, Mom, that wasn't his fault.
Fresh historian he's sticking to.
Who would make that up though?
You have no idea how desperately I had already told him no. Henry said, of course you can go, I'll take you. Your bad mother won't do that. I'm coming to the rescue. And then he calls me and says, we've already promised the kids will take them. I can't do it.
You went with us, didn't you, Mom?
Mhm.
Huh?
Uncle Walter and I, with the
McMahon. Eleanor, you need to know, darling.
Move, boo-boo. And now, Eleanor, they're trying to get inside.
Have you met our bouncer?
He's awfully about.
Hello.
You're wild.
Wild and crazy.
Oh, just imagine if it snows, how cabin crazy they're gonna get.
But the thing about it is, kids
Mom
don't
should
feel
go play,
cold.
you're not gonna eat it in the hour.
They don't feel cold.
I heard somebody say this week, they're like, well, you can't just put your children outside. And I was like, well, I mean, you can. He said Brenda, mom used to leave them outside with like food and water. It's like, yeah, get the silverware out. She would, she'd lock them
outside with
Not the most tender thing to do,
but sometimes you just need it.
but they made it.
They were fine. They were bits They were on Harper Street.
My friend of the girl Coates has been.
Yeah, I figured that would be showing up.
Blah, blah, blah.
I figured that would show up.
This week.
Well, have they come to get you?
Rocky Horror was our first public date.
We don't know.
We were already madly in love, but we just haven't been in public yet.
When was
I thought
that?
it was your birthday.
We're always told what to cultivate.
When was that, Kara?
Was that like 3 years ago? Halloween, 3 years ago?
Terrible.
It was,
No, it was very bad.
y'all started dating 2013?
What it is they wouldn't respond to anything I asked them.
block party was November.
It would have been like October 2012.
November. It was November.
November 2012.
No, it was
Block party was
September.
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 Well, that's true, yeah.
And then-
Rocky Horror was October.
And then that was
Birthday
when we
weekend,
were in
September.
public for the first
The
time.
block party specifically was Labor Day weekend 2012.
Yeah.
Because Robbie and Andy were in town and I was ill that day.
Oh, what?
There is no ice.
You know how liberal it looks out there, Sue, out in their yard, because there's 2 Priuses and 2 Volvos? I mean, that looks very left-wing for Newberry, don't you
I
think?
mean, we don't even have to put up a sign.
Right.
I don't know.
The drones could just find that and say like, oh, 2 Volvos and 2 Priuses.
What is the Prius,
That makes it look even worse.
the Prius across the street, and you go down, Crenshaw Street on the next block, there's a couple there's got 2 Prius.
Yeah. But I just think the Volvos add a little extra to it.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody impresses me though, yeah. Is,
They did a,
all that is about frugal. It has to do with paying less for gas than you usually.
they did
What
a,
That's
what
usually
are-
a conservative
So what do the 2
church,
Volvos
isn't it?
mean? What do the 2 Volvos mean?
Are you talking about Volvo?
That's what he's talking about.
I told her that it's like a sign of liberalism that see Priuses in the neighborhood and Volvos too. That seems very like Upper East Side kind of thing, you know?
We got a deluxe apartment in the sky. Finally got a piece of pie.
Yeah, we met at the block party and then a month later,
Was your birthday?
then a month later, we went to Rocky Horror.
Oh, right.
And
2
then
months later was your birthday.
And like 2 weeks later was when me and you went to Tip to Toe to watch him play.
That's great.
Yeah,
That was 12.
yeah. We had birthday weekend.
Y'all had birthday weekend. Oh, that was your birthday weekend.
Yeah.
The block party, that Monday was Labor Day. That was my first day of the block. Or not.
That man with the paper skin.
Ron.
Hard Karen, you just have to turn around. Munson?
Eleanor, that's not okay. You can't sit there. You can't sit there, darling. Get your stuff and let's sit someplace else. You can't put your stuff there in the middle of the floor. Here, come on.
But there's plenty of room on the middle of the floor for all my stuff.
But not everybody else. Whose bracelets are these? Are these yours or Emmy's? There's Emmy's. Emmy, are these your bracelets? Okay, so there's yours. And here's yours. Eleanor, you wanna come in here?
What's the news in the big city this week? Mr. Sheerhoff died, I'm sorry. Martin Sheerhoff.
Not my friend.
I thought he was. I did.
He did a lot of good for the town too, did a lot of good for the art. And a pain in the ass to deal with,
Oh,
but he did good.
well. I don't know where I was under the impression he was a buddy of yours.
Not me.
Well, never mind.
Never mind, I'll take it back.
Never mind.
I will rescind myself.
He was very dismissive. You remember why he came here?
You know, you're still gonna have to eat your
Remember
lunch
why
if
he
you want
came
any
here?
cookies.
Uh-uh.
You still haven't eaten.
He came to run Pug Ravenel's campaign for governor against Brian
What?
Dorn. And he told Pug Ravenel not to worry about his residency. It wasn't gonna make a big
Yes, ma'am.
difference.
How are
He didn't
you?
see that people were gonna see anything about Pug
I love
Ravenel
you.
to reject him, and he had no idea
And I can't pick you up to hug you.
how mad Miss Millie could be. So when they took it all the way to court to get him declared
A non-resident?
a non-resident, Marvin was shocked. And anybody from around here could have told him, did tell him, this is a bad idea. Wait, make sure your residency is okay. And he was absolutely convinced they would never take it all the way up. Because we were just a bunch of yahoos. He didn't know. He was right about that, but we were a bunch of mean yahoos.
I don't got that.
And Miss Millie was the meanest yahoo.
Yahoo of all.
Well, who put Friendly Jim up there?
I don't know who you're talking about. Who was coming in again?
Friendly Jim was the one who did the,
It was very good.
Oh, Millie.
I'm gonna take Danny up there.
Friendly Jim was a local,
Yeah, yeah.
And this is the whole week stuff.
He's done good.
spokesman for all
He's
those
done good
local
because
developers.
his sugar's down. It's like in the 90s and the 100s.
That's terrific, Grandma. That's hard for you too, I know.
This is just getting pain free. Would be alright.
March the 2nd.
He said he dreamed last night, he was standing in front of God, he was ready to go to heaven, and he said God gave him a bag full of tools and told him, no, it's not your turn.
I made him go back and keep working. Well, that has to be an encouraging dream with the surgery coming up.
You got to keep going.
Danny's gonna get some back surgery.
Emily,
That was Morgan.
no bouncing the ball around in here. It almost went up into some food. And no back talk either.
Ooh, bright cookies.
Sometimes
Listen, if you can't have fun and be nice, then you can go home, okay? I've asked you several times to go, but
supposedly.
go. That's not for you.
Well, Jeff, you get presents to stay off, or you gonna work?
I mean, Emily.
No, you don't have a very good tenure in my store.
Okay.
Mine either.
You don't eat it?
I work for this guy, he always parks in my parking space. He's on the nurse.
On as
I got a whole bunch of shit from mine. The bank's gonna close tomorrow.
I had a woman call me at 11 o'clock this morning, wanted to pick up the key. Luckily, I was already down at the store, and I told her she could call me anytime.
I go to all my doctors.
Yeah, she brought me this afternoon, so I won't be able to get the money until
Next
Tuesday.
day,
But it was nice to get something happen today. Yeah, that was good. Because yesterday I was there for a couple hours, it was a little slow.
Huh?
Yeah.
No?
Is it gonna snow? The teachers at my school, I think, can say that.
But we only do Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, and
And have
4th
our
of July.
days. But they would rather it snow and give up.
Fred always turns the weather channel on.
We've got one of those Keurig coffee makers like the one here down at the office, and it's messed up.
Boston.
Quit working.
They
So,
were having a, they were having a.
I
in advance.
I was thinking about getting a new one, and I found out the new ones were a lot worse than the old ones.
Oh, well, they also, the new ones, I thought they were putting something there so you couldn't use,
Yeah,
other
they-
market.
Yeah,
coffee.
Right. But so I got on YouTube,
And
they were telling you how to get around,
Yeah, they were having.
how to get around the official thing.
And then they had the.
And then I went in and I found a couple hacks on, a couple things on YouTube on how to fix the carry, so.
Saying under no circumstances.
So you want us to try to fix it for you? I mean, I'll be glad to try to fix it for you.
I'm gonna let Faye at the office try, and if that doesn't work, I'll let you know.
So they.
Okay, just don't have her make it worse.
Okay, well, what they were saying was that
Might better
But-
the little hole that comes, the water not coming down in the little thing
Oh, so she should be able to fix that.
But
yeah,
here,
and
you
it said
did.
he probably just needs to take out the little gasket at the top and stick a
Yeah, fix up,
paper plate
clean it back up.
Right.
Right, that's right, makes
So,
sense.
you go in and just make copies of something.
Well,
This honka burning log fixed my
And I'm
stupid
sure-
washing
saw that.
machine right
I don't know
now.
about electricity.
So it wasn't plugged in or what?
Online.
What's that?
Get clogged up.
Oh, yeah.
Like a junk catcher at the bottom, drained out.
It was like stuff from the.
No, I heard about that.
Oh, it was pretty easy.
So there's somewhere you're supposed to clean out a washing machine.
Yeah, I didn't know.
It was like the lint catcher, like equivalent in the washing machine.
Oh, I never even know they had.
Who
I
If you live on Wellwater, you learn fast where they are.
Oh,
It's real- we have to clean ours out all the time. Get
Oh, I
stuff.
went into Tommy and Paula at a Mexican restaurant the other night, and I was meeting Kathy and her parents and Emily there, and they were a little late, so I got to talk to, so I got to introduce Kathy to them, and I was telling her about the time how you used to have your office out there. Can you do the details of the squirrel incident?
Not unless it's.
Can you tell
forgiven.
Kathy
Oh, yeah.
what happened?
Alright,
I didn't hear about this.
well, Leslie, what was it about?
Joyce Ringer.
Oh, yeah,
Anyway,
the upstairs out there,
Right
Joyce
now,
Ring was
from
working in one of the offices upstairs.
Since I started teaching.
And we hear this like clawing in the wall.
Pat testing. It
And
was
something's like clawing in the wall, and then it's like a little hole that's coming out, cause it had the, sheetrock and all, not sheetrock, some kind of paneling. And it was a squirrel that somehow got behind the wall some kind of way. We used to have that chimney out there. We figured he must have got in there from behind there some kind of way. So he's coming in there,
That's gonna be
and
Tom.
so Joyce is screaming, "Ah!" The squirrel's coming! So she starts screaming and yelling and all like that. And so she calls the fire department.
What has all this?
So they seen Jimmy Smith was working for the fire department then. So Jimmy Smith comes over there, and then we all get out of the way. The fire department's gonna take care of it.
Run with herself in the car.
Yeah, she locked herself in the car.
Squirrels can open doors.
They have no.
That is
That's all right.
So shut
Oh.
We were on the squirrel camping trip.
Well, they were, yeah.
And John had.
You're working in an outdoors office. She's working in the office. She sees this little squirrel crawling through the wall.
Like it had chewed a hole.
And I bet it could be, because that place was kind of.
And so then he heard like
Yeah.
rustling on the other side, and he just like, oh, he was gonna go at it, and it was a little kitty deer, and they're invading the bathroom.
And
No, he didn't, but he was
Whatever
about
it
to.
is, just.
I was
Yeah,
not
we're
surprised
on
at
fire.
the criticism made of it.
everybody evacuated.
Oh, they, well, cause see,
The fire department has got a big sirens, Brady's walking down.
It's on the fishing.
Everybody's
And then
walking.
the carcass in the cooler for bait.
And Joyce explains that when she went in the
And so the
bathroom,
raccoons
she very
love that.
clearly smelled smoke. Well, what that was is Henry had done number 2 in her mouth.
Oh my God. I just don't care. I just don't.
And he had to tell that to the fireman.
Shiny leathery people.
Feel like that. Feel like
Awful. And I would scream, and I would have to be.
When we lived on Johnstone Street, I remember every Saturday morning there was
I
a
could do it
squirrel
a
or
lot.
a rat that would run the wall.
The raccoon people.
Like it was weird. You hear the skit through the wall, and then just run back, and then you get hit on the wall.
I remember y'all had this big rat or something, y'all grabbed they called it Rasputin.
Yeah, Rasputin. It might have been Rasputin.
Cause he wouldn't die.
He wouldn't die. They called it Rasputin, and we had a cat, so you threw the cat in there with the, so he'd kill the
And the
mouse.
rat came running out.
And the cat runs away.
It was huge.
So I probably told you this before, but my father worked on televisions after he got up from work down in our basement. Back in the early 50s, like it's like 51, 52, back in there. And he had fixed up a TV and put it in our living room, and we had it for 3 or 4 years. And one day I was watching TV, and my mother, the smoke started coming out of the back of the TV. I was probably about 8 or 9. So I told my mother, so she immediately called the fire department. And so she called the fire department, and they must have sent like 6 trucks. I mean, a hook and ladder, like 3 or 4 other big trucks of an emergency squad thing that was gigantic. The captain's vehicle showed up. Just completely clogged the intersection in front of our house.
So.
And all the houses were very close together, so I know they were nervous up there. Like they needed to stop everything really quickly if the fire started, because it could take out the whole block if the houses were only like 15 feet apart, you know. So they sent all this stuff, and so about 3 firemen run into the house, look down at the TV, pick it up, carry it out, sit on the front porch, unplug it, carry it, and then that's it. It's all over with. So of course there were people all looking to see, what's going on in there. So my father gets home and he finds out what happened, and he's really embarrassed because he works on television that happened. And my father was saying like, why didn't you just unplug it? He's like, that's all you needed to do, unplug it. I thought it was very exciting.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of times though, in an emergency situation, the obvious things to do that you don't think about.
One time I was trying to call 911, but I was so just out of my brain, I called 411, and it was like, what city and state, please? I said, Newberry, South Carolina. And then the operator came on and was like, what number? And I was like, 911! I had to hang up and try again.
What number, 911?
Please make your call at a later time.
Number now.
They can translate Europe.
Yeah, as soon as it happened, I realized what I had done, and I just hung up the phone.
Just don't do it.
That was back in the old days, before they had all this computer
You remember
stuff.
saying that? Oh, yeah.
It's computer operators.
Oh, yeah.
And now they got computers in the Keurig coffee maker, so that you can try to use an official Keurig cup. No.
The whole point of selling those things is to sell those coffee.
Yeah.
I mean, so they have to do it. They have to try anyway.
Is there not just a universal one you can buy that makes all of it?
Looks like
Well, there's some
They got
competitors.
like Mr.
They
Coffee.
use the same, I think several brands have similar things, but of course,
I thought it was. I was scared to
I
say
don't
it.
have one, but my boss has got one, and she
But I mean,
absolutely
whatever.
loves it.
And I guess I was just.
Well, what they got now, there's some very simple ways you get around it. Like if you want to put some coffee, a little cup in there, it's not the official cup. You can take one of the official and cut the top of it off and just put it on top of it.
I was just imagining that.
Or you just take the top and the top of the Keurig machine. You can go on YouTube and tell you about 3 or 4 ways you can get around that. But it's still, it aggravates people because they want to put whatever they wanted in there. And the Keurig's trying to stop them.
Stop wired.
Yeah.
As long as.
See, I still use my old-fashioned coffee maker that I can set it, so when I get up to stand, I can use a cup of coffee. But
Rather than regulations requiring restaurants to,
and my boss work, you don't realize how much.
Just so they have a regulation that they gotta
coffee
tell
doing
people they
that.
don't have.
And I do always coffee.
Oh, who's gonna?
Well, at the same time, you're paying 4 cents a cup for the coffee. He's paying 40 cents a cup.
I just feel like.
You can waste a lot of coffee.
Somebody knows.
I just feel like you were willing to pay 40 cents a cup to have a caffeinated employee.
They're not announcing that. They're not doing that.
It helps. It helps.
They vaccination.
I had a cup of coffee this morning.
And it makes it like what? How long does it take?
My third cup today.
No, you just stick it in there, pull the thing,
Actually,
plastic button, and make it twice.
That's
Yeah, so it's always fresh brewed.
I had this much coffee and this much milk,
And you
and
can
I
get
still
different,
was
you
out
know,
of
like we got one, you can get
Let's go shopping.
cinnamon, you can get, you know, French rose, somebody else wants
I
one
just
that's
haven't had
different
it on
flavor, so you just make it a cup at a time. And you can actually get these little, plastic things that go in there, where you can actually put your ground coffee, you put them in there.
Okay, yeah.
But you gotta be careful to get the right Keurig machine that they'll use it with.
Of course, you can buy the containers now and then put your own coffee in.
Yeah, you can. But now, they won't work with all the Keurig machines, you have to be careful. The containers that you buy, you have to be sure that whatever container you buy to put your own coffee in, it's